Hey, I was just thinking like grief has a very funny way of like creeping in and sneaking up on you. Like you could be doing good for weeks, days, months, seconds, whatever you consider doing good, whatever that time frame is for you. And then it's like you start going through the emotions of, oh my God, I feel this, or oh my God, I feel that. But one thing I'm noticing is usually if grief is sneaking up on me, it's due to like me being overstimulated. Now that's something that I've been trying to work on, my overstimulation, because woo, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I get to the point where it's like hard to be touched, or I don't want to hear too much noise, or I don't want to see too much light. Like put me in a dark room and put my head under the cover. Like I don't want to hear, feel nothing. But one thing I've been noticing about myself is I've been allowing myself to feel. And that kind of feel good because normally I'm in a space of going, but trying not to feel. And lately I've kind of been letting myself feel, like even after everything happened, it was like points where I had completely broke down the last couple of months because I wasn't allowing myself to feel. So once I finally did allow myself to feel, it was like, whew, this is such a relief. I emptied out. Now let's get ready to take on more, whatever that more may be. Because obviously, every day, it's going to bring new challenges. And wherever you are on your journey, it's going to bring new things. And I kind of just started looking at everything and everybody a little different. I thought I was going to be in a space of not being able to grant grace or be patient, but I've been finding that in actuality, I'm still able to give those things. Now, not to the point where it's like I'm allowing people to take advantage of me anymore, but more so like everybody deserves grace. And honestly, I've been working on that. Now, I'm not saying like let people walk all over you like you're a rug, a doormat, or let people put you on a shelf. But what I am saying is every day that you wake up, just try to be grateful. It might seem a little hard, but try something. Every day that you wake up, as soon as you wake up, just say, God, thank you for the things that I have. And even if it's not much, me and the kids, we don't have much, but we are okay and we have what we need until we have more, obviously. And I feel like I've been in a spirit of being grateful over the last couple of months. I literally have been grateful. Like, obviously, there's things that come up that's a little hard, like me having to miss work if the kids are sick. Kaya was dealing with some stuff. She ended up having a real high fever, so she ended up having a seizure. They ended up having hand, foot, and mouth from the daycare. So it was just like back to back to back to back to back things have been piling up on top of me feeling like completely overstimulated. But honestly, I feel like I've been finding a good balance between home and work. I've noticed I've been a little overstimulated because I've been a little yelling more. And so I kind of just like set the kids down in a circle, and honestly, I just had a genuine talk with them. I kind of let them know like, hey, I'm feeling overstimulated and I'm feeling overstimulated because of this. And obviously not letting them in on adult problems, but like you guys are fighting, or you guys are arguing, or, you guys are throwing stuff around the house but not picking up after yourself. So I had to have a conversation with them about valuing their things and making sure that they're picking up after themselves, because, baby, I'm a mama, I ain't a maid. You feel me? And, we've had that talk, and, one thing that I always tell them, like, if you're yelling, then that probably means that you're feeling unheard. So we've been working on us not yelling in the house. Like, we don't have to be in that state of yelling anymore because everybody is heard in the house. And I just feel like I'm still kind of taking it a little slow. Like, everything happened fast. Like, don't get me wrong, like, the betrayal, the downfall, the elevation, the coming up, the getting the kids home, like, that timeline of things happened fast. But I feel like I'm kind of allowing our emotions time to go slow, and kind of just let them be where they are. And obviously, we're working on them, but it's like, I don't want to rush how the kids are feeling either, because I feel like if I rush their process, they're not going to get adequate time to grieve. And I want to allow them that space and adequate time to breathe. And, like, just recently, like, Tim started going through some more separation anxiety from me. Like, that was one of the things he had dealt with when I first got them home. And he's like, Mom, please don't leave me. Like, are you going to come back for me? And the other day he told me, he came up to me and he's like, Mom, like, I saw my dad with a knife and he tried to kill you. So one of the things that I'm noticing is everybody kind of had a moment where they were like, I feel this about my dad, or I feel that about my dad, or I feel, this about the situation, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like Tim was kind of the only one who was quiet, I'll say, about everything. And I feel like now he's in a space of finally being able to let his half out. And so, like, lately I've been dropping him off and he's been like, Mom, like, don't leave me. Like, I want to go home with you. And, so he's been in that space. And when I set the kids down and I kind of talked to them, one of the things that came up was, like, dealing with how other people view you, because my kids go to a predominantly Hispanic school and daycare. And, Michael was like, well, Mom, like, the kids touch my hair and they're like, well, why is your hair texture like that? And I found that a little weird. I mean, obviously not weird, because that's just the society we live in, and it's just some of the things that we realistically have to deal with, especially as Black people. And I've just been kind of reiterating to them, like, how important self-love is and how important seeing yourself is. And, you're going to get people out in the world who may not like how you look, or may not like how you dress, may not like what you drive, may not like what you know what I'm saying? You get it, so on and so forth. But it doesn't change the way that you feel about yourself. And, I'm just letting all of them know, really, like, it doesn't really matter your skin color or any of that. Like, what's important is how you feel about yourself and your integrity and the things that you find value in, and you know what I'm saying? So I've kind of been stressing and reiterating a lot of that type of stuff with them, because even though they're so young, it's some of the stuff that they're already dealing with that's coming up at this young age. So I've kind of been just, like I said, allowing just everybody to feel, including myself, because I've noticed I've been like, as of lately, I'll say, because over the last couple of months, I've just been going. I feel like until I kind of ran on fumes, but I kind of had to do that because I didn't really have space to not do it, honestly. I didn't have space to allow myself time to feel. I had a mission to complete. And now I kind of feel like I'm slow pacing myself, and I've changed some things about my day. And I feel like I've been allowing myself time to properly grieve. And it feels good. It feels good to just be kind to myself, and not really be in a space of, I have to have this right now. I need to have this right now. I have to do this right now. But obviously everything comes with a deadline, and trying not to procrastinate on those things that needs to be done, obviously in a certain time frame. But just allowing myself to slow time down to actually feel. And I've been noticing that when I do that and I allow myself that time and that grace, I feel like it makes me a little less overstimulated. So yeah, if overstimulation is something that you're dealing with, just make sure that you're creating a safe space for yourself too. I know it may be a lot of things around you that needs taken care of, and it feels like I have to do this right now. But sometimes it's okay to slow down and just pace. And if you need to take a break, do that, because if you don't, your body's probably gonna shut down, and there's gonna be nothing that you can do about that. I was going, literally until like we would get home and I would just pass out on the couch, me and the kids, because I wasn't taking the time that I needed for myself. But allow yourself time. Like, people used to say all the time, like, be kind to yourself, or don't try to rush all of your stuff. But I was always in a space of being like, well, I know who I am and I know what I'm capable of, so I need that done now. Like, and I kind of lived by that. And, now that I'm a little older, it's like, I want to be kind with myself. I want to take time for myself. I want to be patient with myself now. And lately I've been finding so I've been in like feminine and masculine energy. And what I mean when I say that is like, some days I wake up and I'm like, all right, I want to be a princess today. Like, where's my man? Like, I don't want to do this. But, some days I wake up and I'm like, I completely got it all. Like, hands down, and I'm about my business. And it's so funny that I'm even in a space of thinking like this, because usually when I'm like on top of my game and I'm handling everything and I'm doing all that, I feel like I be in my masculine energy, which is so crazy, because it's like, obviously as women, you can still handle your business and be in feminine energy. But for me personally, the type of person that I am, like, I just feel like if it's something where I'm like not being pampered, and maybe I have to change my thinking on it, but if I'm not being pampered, it's like, okay, I feel like I'm in masculine energy, if that makes sense. But but you can kind of see when I'm in my masculine energy. Like, it's weird. Like, not like I'm two people, but like the way I dress, the way I move, like, obviously my confidence in both energies is up there because my confidence is back. So, me moving like that and my confident aura, it's like it changes my day to day every day. It completely changes my day to day. And I had to calm my nervous system down. Like, I thought it was going to be something that was easy. Like, once I moved on and I actually started healing, I thought that calming my nervous system down was going to be, like, a no-brainer from there. You know what I mean? But honestly, it's still been a little up and down. And not in a detrimental way. I can definitely tell that I'm different. I think better. I think clearer. I don't think it's hectic. I don't act irrational. Like, I don't let people get me irrational. But it's like I still have days that I break down or I hear a certain song and it's like, and not in a, oh, Marquise, I want to be with you way, but more so like, I feel hurt for my kids, and it's like, I feel like they feel as if, and maybe they don't, but I know as a kid when I was just with my mom and my dad was gone, I felt like I was missing a half of myself. And I'm starting to feel deeper emotions on that level. Like, I wonder if the kids think about, oh, my dad missed Spirit Week, or, things like that. And even though they don't express it, like, they even say prayers like, we love our dad, but, God, thank you for taking him away because we're doing better. But obviously those little intrusive thoughts sneak in, and it's like, I'm wondering if they feel like they're missing a half of themselves. So I'm feeling for them. And normally when I step somewhere, I feel energy deeply. So I usually feel a shift and stuff anyway. And so I just kind of been letting a little bit of those intrusive thoughts slip in. But I also kind of just been allowing myself to feel them and not feeling guilty for feeling them, or not holding a grudge over myself for still feeling like I care about somebody that betrayed me completely, because at the end of the day, everything that I had in me was completely real. So, I keep telling myself, like, those are not things that you're just gonna turn off. Like, when it's real, you're not just gonna be able to fake it and turn it off. Like, having to be pushed into a place of letting somebody go when you're not ready, it's like, oh God, it's like, you better get ready, So those overstimulating things, like, sometimes I just go and I'll just sit in the bathroom and I'll sit in the dark, or I'll tell the kids, like, y'all sit down right here, or just take some time out to just be quiet for a little bit, please. I ain't gonna lie. And, like, lately I've been, like, back taking my baths and stuff, because I kind of like fell off on on my normal everyday routine that I was doing to, like, take care of myself. But lately I've been, like, getting back into those things. Like, I ain't gonna lie, y'all, the house was a little messed up, I ain't gonna lie. And that's when I realized, I'm like, okay, because normally I notice, like, once I start getting overstimulated, I'm like, okay, maybe I won't shower or something. But I was doing that every day. But then I'm like, oh God, I'm like, I know what it is. I'm like, I still know that I'm overstimulated because I'm cleaning the house slower. I'm cleaning the house slower. Like, before, I was probably cleaning the house like 5 to 10 times a day. I'm not even gonna lie, to the point where it was like wearing me out. So I ended up creating a chore chart for the kids, and not just a chore chart, but like a tally mark. So every time they would clean something, they would get a tally. And then once they get to a certain point, they would get rewarded, because I started to feel completely drained doing all of that cleaning. And I'm like, oh God, I noticed, I'm like, my mind must be cluttered. And even though I was going every day, it wasn't something that I could immediately feel. Like, I didn't immediately feel like, oh, I'm overstimulated. But I started noticing it slowly in some of the things that I was doing. And I'm like, oh God, I'm like, let me take a minute to sit down and actually put my thoughts in order, because I feel like I'm okay, but clearly what I'm doing is not okay. And like I said, it wasn't me being irrational or nothing like that. It was just little things like me cleaning up the house less times a day, or me yelling a little more, or me not wanting to be touched, or me not wanting to hear too much noise. So me just finding those little things that I know trigger me. And honestly, I just took some time with myself, and I just sat down and I breathed all over again. So lately I kind of been telling myself, like, it's okay to like take it slow and go slow. Like, I want this to be a fast process, but clearly, it's going to be a slow process, and usually healing is. And I'm okay with that. I'm finally in a place of accepting and being okay with everything, whatever may come. And I don't really live in a fear mindset anymore. Like, anything in life that I do, I'm not afraid to do it. So it's like the one thing that kind of held me back, which was fear. And whatever I did for that fear, whether it was stayed in a broken relationship or was a people pleaser or whatever the case may be, I don't really live in a fear mindset anymore. So I don't really care how others see me or how others judge me. Obviously, I carry myself a certain way still, and not out of acceptance for other people, but more so because it's me and it's who I am and what I love to do. So if you're not going to accept me, then so to speak. But I've been feeling like I've been accepting myself a little more, and it feels good. Like, it feels real good. I can't even lie. Like, to not feel fear from anything, it feels great, because it doesn't play with your mind. It doesn't make you look over your shoulder every day that you're getting up. It doesn't make your heart race. It doesn't fill you with anxiety and depression and any of those things. And I realized a lot of the emotions I felt was fear-based anyway, which is what most people feel. Like, that madness, that sadness, that anger, that addiction. Most of that stuff is, I thought that was, oh, that's just my nose. Most of that stuff comes from a fear mindset anyway. That's literally where it's stemming from. You're angry, you're mad, you're sad. Like, most of it comes from fear. You're putting up a wall because of this. You're angry, but that anger is stemming from you trying to at least block something off, or even the control, trying to block something because you're afraid. And one thing I've noticed is that once you eliminate that fear mindset, it balances out your whole body and your whole being. A lot of the stuff that we hold, it's due to fear. And that's why they always say, God didn't give us a spirit of fear, and he didn't. And once you eliminate that and you realize that, your life becomes completely different. It's like your brain literally turns on and activate. It's like you see things clearer, and you're more grateful and appreciative of every step that allowed you to be where you are. So I just wanted to say that give yourself some grace and give yourself some time, and it's okay if you feel like you're moving slower than others. Like, this is your journey and it's not anybody else's. It's okay to go at the pace that's acceptable for you. Things come, but as long as you're learning how to deal with them, then that's okay. It's okay to be where you are until you have better. Now, obviously, I'm not saying like, well, honestly, I'm not even judging. Like, if you are in a place of having addictions or having trauma or even all of that, like, it's not my place to judge where you are in your journey. But you do have to, at some point, accept where you are so you can get to somewhere better. Because if you never even accept where you are and take accountability for where you are, it's not going to start the process to going towards where you even want to be, if that makes sense. I love y'all. Just make sure that y'all are taking care of yourself. And as always, just pray that me and the kids are always going to be okay. I mean, I know that we're going to always be okay. I have a mighty God. And honestly, if I didn't have my faith, half the stuff that happened to me, I wouldn't even been able to get through without my faith. So I know that God has us, but you know what they say, touch and agree. But I love y'all. Just have a great day, okay? I will talk to y'all later.